What is up, ladies and gentlemen, here on M Cubed? Of course, I am Schmook. We got a good show ahead of us today. So here's a little bit of context, I guess I'll say. Uh, so originally I was going to film at 4:45, but weather's really crappy here, and I decided, you know what, I'll just eat something, and then so we can talk. So here I am. And yeah, and we have a little bit of a different scenery. It's all good. What's up, Sci-Fi? Good to have you here. So yeah, I'm excited because we're going to talk about the What If episodes, the new ones. I think they're all. I like the second half actually a lot more. But we'll get into that. I also just want to lay out a little more groundwork. So Echo, all right. Gotta break it all down here. All right. So it's supposed to drop tonight at 8 o'clock my time. I kind of figured it was going to drop like way early this AM. So that's when I was like, okay, I'll watch an episode and we can talk about it. Right. That's not the case. So it still doesn't come out for like another 2.5 hours or something like that. So it is what it is. But I think next week I plan on just going over the whole series. I'm excited for it. Reviews are out, so we talk about that a little bit. The embargo, I think, dropped today, which is not a great sign. I know they sent out like the first 3 episodes to a lot of critics, and it's a mixed bag. It's from what I'm hearing. It's for a show that's very street level. They add a lot of unnecessary CGI, which doesn't make that much sense to me or these reviewers. I'm hearing good and bad things all around. Like, story's a little sloppy, like adding in some mythos to Kingpin that's not necessary. I haven't heard anything about the Daredevil fight. I haven't seen any reviews like that. I don't know if he's only in the first episode or if he's in more. I hope he's not just in the 6-minute sequence that people are talking about. That's like a 6-minute fight sequence or whatever. That would make me very disappointed because Maddie Murdock is indeed one of my favorite characters of all time. So let's hope that's not the case. Other than that, so these reviews have really put a little bit of a damper on my thought process of the show. But I'm going to move this Zenny out of the way. I just realized it was in the shot. I want to be optimistic about Echo. Again, like, I can watch this episode in the 2.5 hours that's going to premiere, and I might love it, and I might just continue to watch it. So I'm hoping next week. I mean, my thought process is I'm going to hate if I watch the first episode and I don't like it, and I'm going to feel like I'm wasting my time watching it. But I'll go through it because it's only 5 episodes, and that way I can have something to talk about for you guys next week. And then once that's done, the week after that, because I'm trying to plan ahead for these CAWs because I love doing this show for you guys. I don't think we're getting much content now that What If's done. What If was nice to have because we were able to have like split it up and talk about it more in depth, right? But after Echo, I don't think we're getting much for a while. I think I'm trying to think what would be on the horizon. Maybe the X-Men 97 show, maybe. I don't really see that being the case. Oh yeah, I guess we will have Madam Web. I might go see that. I think it comes out Valentine's Day weekend. I might be like, you know what? Let's go see a movie, and we'll just go see that, and it'll give me an excuse to go see it, and I can review that. So that's on the horizon. So that's pretty soon, actually. And then I guess the Rick show will come out in February as well. So I'm going to talk about that. I might do a little couple Walking Dead videos leading up to that. So excited for that. I would plan it that I would talk about each season in depth, but I might have to do like each week be like 2 seasons or something like that. So I might consider doing like a big Walking Dead compilation leading up to the to Rick Grimes. So I think that'll be fun. Yeah, I know. I'm with you, sci-fi. I've only seen it. I've only been to the theaters a few times, like since COVID happened. It has nothing to do with like me like not wanting to go to the theater, but I feel like there's nothing that's been truly like, oh, I have to go see this. You know, I didn't see Wakanda Forever in theaters. I didn't see a lot of movies, but I know I saw like Avatar, saw Ant Man, the Marvels. You know, movies that like would appeal to me, but it just I haven't been wanting to go. Uh, I was hoping Ant Man was gonna be that big movie that would get me into it. Guardians of the Galaxy was that, and Avatar. I thought those were great movies to go to the theater for. Let's see, saw the new Hunger Games recently. That's one of my newer movies I've seen. And then of course I saw some like actually like pretty good like. I mean Barbie and Oppenheimer like those helped save cinema in my opinion. Like it got me to the theater again. And then I saw Killers of the Flower Moon in theaters, so I was happy to see that. But overall, like back when I mean, college, I started to go to the movies a lot less, but I still went a good amount, you know. But I still felt like there's a lot coming out. We got the two big Avengers movies when I was in college, which was sick. Uh, but since high school, I used to go to the theater at least once or twice a week, even by myself if I wanted to. I loved going to the theater. It hasn't been my thing as of late. Hate to say. Uh, but I'm hoping that we're getting a revival. It seems to be a pretty decent year for cinema. At least, you know, bigger brands or bigger names. Of course, we're getting Deadpool 3, which I'm amped for. That's like my most anticipated movie of the year. Uh, there's others, but I just can't rattle them off the top of my head. I think Venom 3, if that does come out, I think that'll be hype because I think Andrew Garfield's going to be in that movie because he just dropped out of Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein movie, so I think he might be working on Venom 3. But I'm also curious if that movie even comes out this year. We'll see. That might be a next year film, but that means 2025 is going to be crazy for this channel, this show specifically. So we're getting so much superhero content. We're getting like 3 MCU movies. We're getting Superman Legacy. We're going to get potentially Venom 3. So I think there's a lot to look forward to. Yeah, I'm with you, Harris. Oh yeah, no, I'm with you. I think a Regal or whatever. I have an AMC closer to me than a Regal. I also have the Alamo, but I know they don't do that subscription. At least I don't think they do. They might actually. The Alamo is probably the closest theater to me. But yeah, and then Jacob taking over for Andrew Garfield. I think it fits. I think he looks like a monster in a way. He's a big man. And I think he could definitely pull off the Frankenstein's monster. But I was loving the idea of seeing Andrew Garfield as the monster in a Guillermo del Toro movie. Crazy. But yeah, I think that's a lot of the groundwork that we're going to cover. But you know, I think ultimately, I think we're going to do some Walking Dead stuff in the near future. Specifically, I'll make sure to do a Madam Web review, and then maybe here or there, just go back to like how we started. Maybe get a list here or there, you know, like a ranking of something that I enjoy. But that'll probably be closer to when we get Deadpool 3. I'll probably do an X-Men ranking, like how I did the MCU ranking. And then what else? And then I might try to get my buddy Brad. I've been trying for a while. I think it'll happen at some point. I really want to do this Raimi trilogy review with him, and same with Zack Snyder's 3 movies within the DCU, like Man of Steel, BVS, Justice League. I think we would own those topics, and maybe even the Nolan Batman movies. So I think a lot of stuff on the horizon. I'm excited about. We got to fill a little bit of a void when it comes out to the comic book genre, because I mean we're not getting a ton. We're going to get Invincible back here soon too, I believe. At least I hope so. That should come back this month, so we might be able to get back into that a little bit as well. But enough said. We're going to cleanse the palate. Sci-fi. Ooh, nice, nice. I've heard good things. Yeah. I might come by. I might come by and watch a little bit because I haven't seen that much gameplay of it, but I've heard really good things about Assassin's Creed Mirage. I hear that it's like coming back to the Assassin's Creed world. Uh, I might try to do a little bit more video game streams as well. If you checked out last Wednesday, me and my buddies played some Call of Duty Zombies, which is my forte, my bread and butter. But unfortunately, we had some technical difficulties because, unfortunately, you guys couldn't hear two of my buddies, even though they were talking the whole time. I could have sworn it was weird because, like, I think you're able to hear my one friend. So I'm curious why it didn't work, but we'll figure that out. Because we're gonna try to do that at least once or twice, once every other week, hopefully. Uh, my one friend's away. He's in the military, so he will not be able to play for like a month right now. But we might still be able to do like some fun, some zombies gameplay. Just the Easter egg stuff might be on hold for a little bit. But yeah, I thought it was a fun stream too, Harris. I think it's just fun to like sit back, play zombies, talk whatever. But in that case, it was an Easter egg, so we were very much so talking about the objective at hand. So that's what sucks is that we didn't have specifically my buddy Ricky, who he was talking so much during it, and he wasn't even in it. So that sucked. That sucked to see. But we'll get better. Yeah. So I guess with all that said and done, let's talk some what if. So what if season 2, this video is specifically about the last 4 episodes. And if you're watching, make sure to say hey. Say hey in the chat. No, I know you were there, Sci-Fi. It was great to have you at least for a little bit. But I understand we get busy. You don't have to stick around for the whole time. Zombies can take a while, so it's not a big deal. I think the doggy's scratching at the door, so I might go grab him real quick. So just sit tight, guys. Sit tight. All right. Beautiful. And you get to get a little. There he is. Oh, there he is. What's up, Mark? What's up, David? Great to have you guys. I can always count on you guys to show up. Loyal fans of the process. Anyway, what if? So if you saw last week, I had talked what if season 2, the first 5 episodes. Now, I like the first 5 episodes, but I think I like the second half more. But we'll start with the Kahori episode, right? So I thought it was good. It's neat to have a completely new character join the process of the MCU and Marvel in general. Kahori's a whole fresh IP, and she was cool. Like she has like these speedster abilities. It was cool to like see this era where it's like just like a native tribe. I thought that was cool. I just didn't love the plot overall, but I do like the character. Specifically when they bring her back in the last episode. I liked her a lot in that. But so I don't have too much to say about this Kahori episode, but I thought it was solid. Definitely solid. But the Mohawks with the Tesseract, it's cool to see. Like they're in like their afterlife, which involves the Tesseract and where they all go. They all have special abilities because they're there long enough. It's cool. It's a fun concept. Yeah, not too much to say on Kahori, but I think this is towards the bottom of my overall ranking of the What If Season 2. But again, it's not bad. I like the character. That's a great question, Mark. Will she come to live action? Potentially. I could see her making an appearance in Secret Wars. I'm sure they'll put Captain Carter back. We saw her in Multiverse of Madness. They love what's her face. I can't remember her name. That sucks. But whoever plays Peggy, they love her. Like they constantly bring her back for shit. That's awesome. And I love seeing her in Multiverse Madness, which I watched the other night with my girlfriend. But yeah, I was about to say, yeah, the girl from Prey, that's a great fan cast. I like Lily Gladstone, which is the girl from uh, Killers of the Flower Moon. But she might be a little older, but I think she's a great actress. But yeah, no, I think that Amber girl from Prey, that's great casting. But yeah, Haley Atwell. I think Marvel's a big fan of hers. She always likes to come back. And yeah, I think with her coming back, I think they could bring in Kahori because they brought, with the last episode, you see that they have quite the relationship. Like they literally saved the universe from Supreme Strange. We'll get to that point. Uh, yeah. Ooh, fun sci-fi. That's awesome. That's a lot of gameplay, though. That's a lot of time. But I mean, hey, you want to train yourself? That's the way to do it, no doubt. Uh, I've played basically all the Assassin's Creed games, but I haven't played Origins. Well, I played what's the one? The one in Unity. Unity was the last one I fully played, and I skipped Syndicate, skipped Origins, played a hint of Odyssey, and I skipped Valhalla. But Mirage is the first one to make me want to get back on the train. So because I love Assassin's Creed, those were some of my favorite games growing up. Like I remember when Assassin's Creed 3 came out, I was so on it, man. Like I love that game. And Black Flag is one of my favorite games of all time. So I'm intrigued. Also, they are this one game, can't remember what it's called. Skull and Bones, I believe, is what it's called, where they're basically adapting their Black Flag. Try to think of the right term for this, but just pirate shit, like just going like setting sail in the seven seas and like attacking people and raiding, blah blah blah. Looks fun, but it's not Assassin's Creed, but I think it'll be a lot like Black Flag, which I'm totally into. Oh, I'll let you know, David, for sure. Probably in the episode or the week before it comes out, I'll be like, all right, next week is we're gonna talk about the first episode of Rick Grimes. So just you'll know. Don't worry. Uh, that's a show I'm so excited for. No, I mean I'm with you, Mark. I think Hawkeye is not bad. It's not my favorite of the MCU shows, but I think it's like it gets a little slept on. I think Kate Bishop's great. It's great to have Florence Pugh back. Uh, yeah, I think it's a good show. I think it's a good show. I don't know if they'll do a season two. I think it's gonna be a thing where Clint dies in probably the next Avengers movie, and then Kate will take over the mantle basically. And we'll see about Echo, but comes out tonight. And again, I'll probably like the first episode because, of course, Daredevil's gonna be in it, but we'll see. Oh, I never played the handheld games either. Sci-fi. That's yeah. I haven't played those. Let's see. I guess we can go start talking about episode 7. Oh, Harris, you're already on it, my guy. uh, so what if Hela found the 10 rings? I really enjoyed this one. I like the idea that it's going through the whole process of what happened to Thor in the first Thor movie, but with Hela, instead of him banishing her to hell, where she has to like become more than who she is. And of course, I love that Wenwu is such a dog. Like I love that of course, there's Shang-Chi's mother, who he's into, of course, with the movie Shang-Chi. But he basically has the hots for Hela in this. And it's just fun to see. Um, it's cool to see the Ten Rings again. I just love that. Shang-Chi's honestly one of my favorite MCU movies, or it was at least in my top 15 for sure when I did the ranking. And I just love that world. I love the Ten Rings. I think they're so sick. It's an awesome weapon. And I like the whole like it's her helmet instead of Thor's hammer. If they show mercy, have possessed the powers of Hela, which is great. Let's see. So Mark, you're a huge fan of Moon Knight. You like Moon Knight or do you like Hawkeye more? Very curious because I think Moon Knight. I'm trying to remember based on my rankings when I did my rankings. I definitely had Moon Knight above Hawkeye, but I still really like Hawkeye. Just rewatched WandaVision with my girlfriend to prepare for Doctor Strange, and I liked it still, but I think that's a show that's incredibly overrated within the MCU. Loki, I think, is miles better because we watched both those because we were sick last week. We had the flu or something, so we were just like we were sitting in bed watching TV, right? So we just sat and watched all of Loki within like 2 days. It was awesome. That's a show that's awesome to binge watch because I never done that. That was a show I only watched each episode like once on the weekly basis, right? And the watching in that binge format was sick. It felt like one long movie. It had a very like continuous story. Loki's awesome. I will always hype up Loki, no doubt. But yeah, Hawkeye I think is really good. But that's awesome that you found a lot of enjoyment with Hawkeye. But all right, back to Hella. This is a what if thing. We're gonna ramble, but anyway, I like how Hella like learns like the whole like dancing thing, and like I don't remember the village's name, but it's like off. Even that was fun to see that that village is off Heimdall's radar. So it's like it's interesting because Heimdall informed Odin, and like so he thought Hela was in trouble, so he went to attack Wenwu, which was sick. That's interesting. That's off the radar of even Heimdall, who sees all. I like that aspect. I thought this episode was good. I liked it more than the Kahori episode. I think this was my favorite outside of the Peter Quill episode, honestly. I thought it had a good story. And yeah, it was just cool to see that world again. So episode 7 was definitely a thumbs up for me. And yeah, we can talk about episode 8. And I think this is my favorite episode of the entire show, if I'm being honest. I thought this was a sick concept where I'm like, this would be so dope as a live action movie. Like, it's the Avengers set in 1602, so it's like Renaissance era. You have Tony Stark as like the Leonardo da Vinci of the time. You have Captain America as like a Robin Hood, or Steve Rogers is like the Robin Hood figure, which I think is also sick. I like having Ant-Man in there, where he can still shrink, which is neat. Bucky's in there; he's a part of Steve's Merry Men. You get to bring in a little bit of that Peggy and Steve romance back. You get to see Hulk Prime again, which is nuts. I hate seeing this within animated form because it's the Hulk I miss and I love. This Hulk is one of my favorite characters of all time. When he's able to actually Hulk out, and I loved him with a beard. He looked sick. Yeah, this episode was so cool. Nick Fury, yeah, Scarlet Witch, who's called Scarlet Merlin or something like that. Uh, it was just an awesome concept. It was like Dungeons and Dragons meets the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And Loki as an actor is cool, doing Shakespeare. Uh, yeah, man, like this is something that I think would be so awesome as like a fun special presentation. It's just a quick pseudo Avengers movie where you get all the actors to do some fun project like this. They can feel elseworldy, so you don't have to mess up with anything within your universe. I think that's so awesome. So Mark, you like Moon Knight a bit better than Hawkeye. I agree. Um, you haven't seen WandaVision? It's good. It's good. It's just not my cup. It's not my cup of tea. It might even be my least favorite out of all these Disney Plus shows, if I'm being honest. Which might be a little blasphemous to some, but I mean, it has great moments. Don't get me wrong. But I liked Moon Knight more. I frankly might like She-Hulk more, which might be very controversial. I think what She-Hulk went for, I think I enjoyed it because it was going for this like rom-com, sitcom type deal. And I think they executed it well. I like the character of Jen. You get Daredevil in there. But WandaVision was like, it was good in terms of like it being a pseudo movie where it's like it sets up a lot for the MCU. I feel like going forward, which is cool. Like you get Monica Rambeau in there, you get White Vision, and then you get Wanda with the Darkhold, which leads into Doctor Strange. So WandaVision, when it does, it sets up a lot. So it's cool in that aspect, but I like She-Hulk in terms of an enjoyment factor on my end, at least. Yeah, Mark. Yeah, you said you like She-Hulk. I thought I like the campiness of it. Uh, yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. You haven't seen No Way Home? Dog, watch that. Have yourself a ball. That's one of my favorite comic book movies ever. I love that movie. Falcon Winter Soldier, I think, is solid. That's one I like a little bit more than WandaVision, but not by much. I think they could have done a lot more, but I do think it sets up a lot of what's coming in the near future. I think it sets up the Thunderbolts and the next Captain America movie quite a bit. So, yeah. Uh, so, what if the Avengers assemble in 1602? My favorite episode of the show. There's no doubt. I like seeing Happy Hogan still have like the Hulk serum, which is interesting. Uh, no, that's fair, Mark. But I think it's a movie that's worth owning. I bought it almost immediately. I have it on my digital, my Apple TV. So, but I understand. What's also really nice about Disney Plus, I feel like movies look so much better on there. For some reason, I just know when I was watching Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, I watched that and Ant-Man Quantumania again whilst being sick. One, Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, I think it's probably going to climb up my ranking when I have to go back and look at it. Um, Watching it again, I just think the movie kicks ass. I think when I saw it in theaters, I was only disappointed because I had huge expectations because it was the multiverse of madness, right? Uh, so I was expecting a little bit more, but when watching it again, just purely like, okay, let's just watch the movie. I liked it more, and I already really liked it. I think it's one of the better MCU movies, and like the whole Illuminati sequence is so good, so good. I love seeing Reed Richards in the MCU. Interacting with Doctor Strange is so sick. Oh, you think so, Mark? Okay, I'm with you. So you like the Quill episode, this episode, and the Mohawk episode. All right, I respect that. I thought the Mohawk episode was really good. It's just towards the bottom of my personal list, but I agree that the Quill episode and this episode are the best. No doubt about it. Yeah. I guess we could talk about the last episode. So what if Strange Supreme intervened? So what sucks is that this Doctor Strange has been through it. It's like he is impossible to save the woman he loves. Where we know in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, he's like, I love you in every universe. That's awesome. They continue that trend with this, and all he wants is to be able to save his universe and save the woman he loves, which is it's an impossible task in his universe. But what was cool about this episode, I don't know if it's my third favorite of the season. It's up there. It's definitely a top 5 of the season. But there was something about having I feel like there was too much going on at times. Like you have all these universe destroyers in one place, where you see like a Rocket Raccoon, you see a Hulk, you see who else do you see? You see a Thor. I think you saw a Loki in there. There was just a lot going on. It was cool to see all these cameos and stuff. But what the great shit from this episode was Doctor Strange, Captain Carter, and Kahori interacting, right? And I thought it was very powerful at the end. It's cool to see Strange as this monster, right? That is possessed him, his evil side, right? But Peggy always found the good in him. And that's what a Captain America, or in this case, Captain Carter, does. They look for the best in people. And she had faith in this Strange because they were friends. They saved the universe before, the multiverse before. And in one last moment, he was able to take out his evil half, sacrificing himself, saving his universe that he doomed, and bringing his love back to life. That's an ultimate sacrifice. So that was great. I did really enjoy this episode. I thought it was cool to have Captain Carter have the Hela helmet. She had Kahori had Mjolnir, even though she might not have been worthy, but she was able to pick it up due to her powers, which was cool. And Captain Carter also had Odin's staff, which was sick. It was just crazy. It was a cool sequence. Makes Captain Carter kind of OP I think it's wild that they're making Captain Carter this type of character, but I like Captain Carter. I would rather see this with Captain America, but it does make me like the character more because I think what this show has done is made me appreciate Captain Carter more. Where I wasn't completely on board when the What If started, but now she's the main character of this show, and apparently we're getting 2 more seasons as well. No, but I'm with you, Mark. Here, take all the powerful weapons and save the universe. Yeah, uh, I agree. I agree. It was just definitely throwing everything at once. But I feel like season one had a better like bringing the whole show together than this did. Even though I still think it was solid, definitely still solid. So overall, I think I like season two of What If more than season one, which might even be a controversial take. I think I've been seeing a lot of hate for What If season two, honestly. Uh, Oh, Mark, No Way Home's not like on a streaming service. You can buy it or rent it on Amazon Prime or Apple, uh, but that's really it. I would assume that No Way Home will be on Disney Plus in the near future, though, because I'm constantly seeing these trailers for like showing that Disney Plus has all the Spider-Man movies ever besides No Way Home. So I give it. It'll probably be on there by July. If I'm willing to guess, that's my thought. Yeah, I mean, sci-fi. I love Howard the Duck myself. I agree. I agree. Um, but yeah, guys. Overall, What If kicked ass. If I'm gonna rank these last 4 episodes, what was it? So it's Kahori, 1602, Strange. What was the last one? I know I just talked about it. I'm just blanking. Oh, the Hello one, right? So I think I'm gonna go definitely 1602. Is No Way Home on Hulu? I think it depends. I don't know what you're talking about, actually, John. If I don't, I doubt you're talking about No Way Home. Oh, Howard the Duck, the animated series. Okay, cool. It might be. I know. Again, all of Hulu's on Disney Plus. But anyway, uh, oh, that's okay. So you like Kahori? Oh no, you're just okay. I got you. I got you. I got you, Harris. So I like 1602 best by a long shot. I think it's my favorite episode of the entire show, like season one and two combined. I just love that idea. That's something I would love to see in live action. But No Way Home, I don't think it's on Hulu because then it would be on Disney Plus technically because Disney and Hulu merged. But also, I guess it depends on where you're from because the UK and like Europe and whatnot, you guys have a lot more of a variety to what's out there on like Netflix or Disney Plus or whatever. Because I know when I was over there, I was able to watch Better Call Saul, the final season before it was on Netflix here. So it just depends where you're from. In the States, no. No Way Home is not on anything, but you be able to buy it or rent it on Prime or Apple, right? Anyway, to finish up my list, guys, distracting me. Uh, anyway, so 1602, Elite. I think it's the best episode of the show. I think Hello the Ten Rings is my second favorite of this half season. Uh, then I'd probably go Strange Intervenes and then Kahori. I do think Kahori was a good episode. Do not get me wrong. I just think I liked all the other ones more, even though I think the Strange one was a bit rushed and not the best climax to the season. It's I found a lot of enjoyment in it because I really like this Doctor Strange a lot. I think he's very you could feel for him. You know, I think he's just a damn good character, and I like seeing him. What are you saying, John? Hey, what's up? You said, hey, hello. How are you? Yeah. I guess if I was to go through every episode, I don't know. I just know 1602 is the only one that really stood above and beyond for me out of all these. That and the Peter Quill episode. No matter what, those are my one and two. Uh, but yeah, I think that's gonna do it. I think that's gonna do it. Anything else you guys want to talk about, guys, before I get out of here? I guess one thing I want to talk about. even though technically not a comic book property, even though there are comic books, so I will talk about it. We're getting The Mandalorian and Grogu as a movie. So apparently, I don't know if season 4 of The Mandalorian is supposed to come out before or after, but apparently that's still happening. But we're getting a movie in theaters for The Mandalorian and Grogu. And that's what it's going to be called, directed by Jon Favreau, which is something I've been calling for quite a while. I knew no matter what, when they put a Star Wars movie in theaters, Favreau will direct it. And of course, it's going to be with The Mandalorian and Grogu, who are his two original characters. And I think it's nice because I think that bad blood's starting to heal between him and Kathy Kennedy. I think now that Dave's more of like a pseudo head who's going to control more of the creative process, I think it's like, John, do your thing. Let's make a movie. And he's like, hell yeah. And John's obviously going to be in. So I'm excited for that. And of course, because I love Jon Favreau as a filmmaker. He made one of my favorite superhero movies of all time with the first Iron Man. And of course, I love The Mandalorian. I love the show. I love the characters. And he has not directed a single episode of the show, so it'll be cool to see him be behind the camera and do this. Apparently, it's going to production this year. Excuse me. I just don't see it coming out until probably 2026, which is a long time. I'm curious if that's the first Star Wars movie we're going to see in theaters since Rise of Skywalker. It seems like that's where it's leaning. And that's still a long wait, but you wanted a series, David? Oh, well, you still are. You still are, buddy. Because season 4 is apparently still happening. That got confirmed too. So it's just ultimately up in the air if what comes out first. I feel like maybe the show will come out first. No, Harris, he's never directed a single episode of The Mandalorian. Not one. Like maybe the pilot, but I don't think he did. I don't even think he made the very first episode. I think it was a lot of it was Filoni or Rick or Bryce Dallas Howard, Taika Waititi. So yeah. You could fact check me, but I'm pretty positive he has not directed a single episode. But now I'm curious who directed the very first episode because I don't know. Because I know a lot of it's been like the same people. It's also Deborah Cho, who did the Kenobi series, directed at least a few episodes. Then you get some like smaller people, but you also get fucking Robert Rodriguez, which is sick. He went on to do Book of Boba Fett, of course. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I hope you're as hyped for The Mandalorian and Grogu as I am. I think we have a lot of fun stuff on the horizon when it comes to the comic book territory. Yeah, this was a fun stream, guys. I always love talking with you. What If, of course, isn't the biggest property we're going to talk about on the show. It's a fun show. It's something to talk about. We have Echo to look forward to. I hope it's good. I feel like I'm going to be enjoying What If more than that. But fingers crossed. And yeah, next week for sure. Make sure to come by next week. We will talk every episode of Echo. And then hopefully we get Invincible by the time after that. But I don't know when that's supposed to start up. It was said it was supposed to start up in January. We'll see. But yeah, if not, we're going to talk some Walking Dead in the near future because I'm excited for the Rick show. That's one of my favorite. Did Filoni direct the first episode, John? I kind of figured, but I didn't want to say that. But anyway. But yeah, we have a lot to look forward to in the future, guys. Wait, hold on. What did you say? Well, here's the thing, Mark. I mean, half this stuff is just reports. Nothing's been set in stone. There's not like a full-on layout like at a Star Wars Celebration or a Comic-Con or whatever. Like, there's no official game plan. The Rey movie's heavily like suggested that's happening. It might be the first movie to come out post Rise of Skywalker. I kind of see that being the case. But the thought process here is, I think it's supposed to be. Oh, excuse me. I think we're gonna get. I had Taco Bell. Terrible decision. I can stop getting that shit. I I think the idea is it's the Ray movie. They might eventually do that. I don't know why I'm blanking on his name. He just did Indiana Jones, and he did Logan. He did Walk the Line. He's supposed to do like a First Jedi type of movie. I feel like that won't happen until after this Mandoverse is done, but I think it'll happen eventually. I don't know why I'm blanking. I hate these brain farts. But anyway, and then how I see the layout, I see it being Ray movie. You're gonna get Mando season 4 and Ahsoka season 2 within probably you're gonna get one of those before the Ray movie, I would guess. We're also getting the Acolyte this year, but I think we might get both. No matter what, you're gonna be Ahsoka or Mando season 4 before the Mando movie, and then the other one will come out after that, and then you'll get the Dave Filoni Mandoverse culmination event film. So that'll probably come out last. Besides the damn, why I can't think of his name. Whoever's supposed to make this First Jedi movie, I think that's going to come out after all of this, and you might get this Rey sequel movie somewhere in there if it's successful, but who knows? But yeah, I'm excited for the future of Star Wars. Okay, James Mangold, thank you, Harris, thank you. Damn it, sci-fi! Don't say that to me. Well, at least we should know for a fact that the Mando and Grogu movie will probably be about them. But who knows? It all depends. But no matter what, we are getting the season 4. At least that's what's confirmed to be happening. Yeah, guys, I'm excited. Star Wars has a pretty bright future. And I agree. I'd be fine. Harris, I'm with you. I think if Bo got her own show and let Mando do Mando things in his show and not have Bo as much, that'd be great. That'd be so awesome. But yeah, so yeah, it goes into production this year, as Mark is saying. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, the Ray movie might already be in production, though. That's the other thing. Probably not, David. No Rosario in the new Daredevil series, I hate to say. Probably not. Probably not. But I digress. I think I'm going to call it here, guys. Great discussion, though, guys. You guys are sending in so much. I'm loving it. I love this little community we got. I love to talk Star Wars with you. Love to talk comics with you. The MCU specifically, because I think that's a mass majority of the content we're going to be getting in the near future. Of course, we're going to be getting James Gunn's DCU with Superman Legacy coming out in 2025, which of course we will talk about. But yeah, guys, I'm going to call it here. I'm going to play some video games. I got to work on something for my dad. And yeah, I will see y'all next week. All right, we're going to talk some Echo. That comes out pretty soon. I might share my thoughts on Twitter if you want to find my Twitter, but we'll see. All right, guys. I will catch y'all very soon. See you next week. Have an awesome Tuesday and a great rest of your week. I hope if it's snowy or whatever by you, you stay safe. All right, guys. I'll catch y'all very soon. Bye-bye.